think that like the US itself is trying to be energy abundant, and what do we need to do to get to that stage? And renewables is a part of that conversation, and so I'm just like excited to see what it takes us.
I believe it's 96% of all generating capacity added so far in 2025 has been renewable sources. I don't think that's a coincidence.
Solar is such a new industry, and it's ever evolving.
Greetings and welcome to not just another episode of the Sounds of Solar podcast. This is the first episode of season 5. What an achievement. Here we are. I can't believe the wait is over. The wait is finally over. I'm your host, Chris Bruhn. Today, joining me, as always, Prahalad Shivshankaran. Prati, welcome back.
It's awesome to be back with new faces, obviously, next to us. But yeah, it's season 5. It's gonna be awesome as ever. You know, we're gonna be talking to new guests, and so yeah, excited for this season.
So on the subject of new things, to Prati's right, we have.
I'm Sheridan Henderson. I'm a project associate 3 here at EVS. I've been here for 4 years. I went to college at University of Minnesota, Twin Cities, and I've lived in Minneapolis since then. So I'm very much a Minneapolis regular.
Minneapolitan?
Minneapolitan?
Yeah, I think that's the
Minneapolis City.
Cityan. Let's go with that one.
Yeah.
So, and then also to my left, another new host. Who's this guy?
Walelign Kebede. I'm electrical engineer associate 4 and tech lead as well. I in the studies team, so I help leading study projects and also do some steady state analysis, like short circuit and all that good stuff. So I graduated from MCTC 2017 with associates in mathematics, and did my undergrad in St. Cloud State, graduated in 2020, and straight from college to the renewables.
So, usually in the first part of the show, we just vibe,
Right.
right? What do you guys want to vibe about? Well, summer just has happened.
It's almost over.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Prahalad, 1 takeaway, 2 takeaways from the summer?
I think the biggest takeaway is I had an awesome cricket season. So every summer is cricket season.
So just recently, I heard today
Yeah.
that you had like this monumental
It was
inning.
crazy.
Was it a single inning or
It
was the whole
It
game?
was the whole game. Like
Yeah.
in cricket, like it's it's not an inning per se, but yeah, it's 8 overs, and I somehow scored a 50. I don't know. People were saying something possessed me. So
You scored a 50?
yeah,
That's like-
that's a big achievement in a game. Like that's
Mhm.
one of the accolades. It's 50, 100. So every 50 is like a milestone. So it was my first 50 in the game. So it was pretty cool. Yeah. No. How was your summer? What was your highlight?
Well, yeah, so the summer was, it's gone, as we alluded to. Definitely a different summer. I think the big takeaway for me was I broke my finger.
I was
playing in
there.
Ooh, how
Yeah,
exciting.
you were there.
I was there.
Yeah, you were there.
Great summer, yeah.
Yeah, so that was cool. Yeah, first EVS soccer match.
EVSFC.
Which, why am I playing soccer to begin with? That's a good question.
Honestly, I was surprised to see you. I was like, Chris is there? Like, Chris plays soccer?
Wait, Chris, you were the goalie or?
Yeah, he was the goalie.
Oh,
Yeah, I
nice.
was goalkeeper, and then,
The first shot of the game.
The first shot of a game, you got injured.
yeah. So for the comedic aspect, it's good, but like for the mountain biking disc golf summer that I usually do, it was quite poor. So Walelign, all right, what about you? Takeaways from this summer?
Well, this was a special summer one because I got married.
Hey, congrats!
Nice.
Nice, congrats.
And then
Alex, insert the applause. Thank you for that.
yeah, and 2 of we went for safari,
Mm-hmm.
so that was actually beautiful as well. And we were able to go to Egypt as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very informative, like adventurous, and man, life feels adventurous already. Look,
Yeah.
I'm in a podcast.
I mean, yeah, you came back to the U.S. and like now you're basically a superstar. You already got a show, you got a deal.
I'm on the mic.
Yeah, he's on the mic. So Sheridan, moving swiftly on to you. What about your summer? You did some great things. You always do great things. You're a traveler.
Yes, I do like to travel. Not as much this summer as previous summers, but I did go a couple places, visited family, went some places with my friends, but mostly, honestly, stayed in Minnesota and just had a good chill summer and did a lot of random activities outside. I'm very active, so did a lot of fun stuff with groups or just by myself. And yeah, hung out with friends and family and just tried to enjoy it as much as I could.
So cool. You guys, we got to learn a little bit about you. That's amazing. I wish we could just keep riffing.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we will, but this is a renewable energy podcast, I'm told. So we might have to talk about that a little bit, which is great. A lot has changed in the industry since the last time we were on the air, which was a few months ago. I don't think we can probably capture hardly any of that. And by the time we get through it, it'll be time-stamped and something will have changed. But obviously the OBBA happened. Is that how you like say that?
I think so.
The shortened version, yeah, the
I
short
don't
and
really
sweet.
want to say one big, beautiful bill.
It's too long.
That just feels bad. But
It sounds so silly.
yeah. Anything, I mean, high level you want to say on that, Prati?
Yeah, I think in the last season when we ended the season, right? I think the big topic that I spoke to Sohan and Raj about was how policy kind of dictates where the industry is going a little bit.
Entirely.
And so I think the last couple of months, I guess, it's been a whirlwind of just changes and tariffs and whatnot that's happening. And so, again, with this OBBB, I think the biggest thing that we are facing, when we being the renewable industry is facing, is just the credits going away for solar. And essentially, credits going away is incentives going away for solar. And so that's going to make it challenging for developers and they're going to have to start to think hard about how to make projects viable now. So that's I think that's the biggest change that everybody is trying to deal with, and they're trying to understand, okay, how do we, if the credits go away, what do we need to do to make these projects profitable? And so yeah, I think on the PV side, I think there's been a hit, but on the battery side, I think the incentives are still there, so which is good. And so what we are seeing now in the industry, and what EVS is seeing, is a lot more BESS projects coming in, and we're doing a lot more battery storage projects. And so developers are trying to squeeze out as much juice from these renewable
Right.
sources. So energy storage is the natural fit where you can store the excess and then release it when you need. And so that's sort of like what I'm looking at, where even though the credits are going away, everybody's trying to think about how PV can stand on its own. And while that's happening, we have these so many BESS projects coming in, and people are trying to squeeze what they can from existing PV. So yeah. What about you? Do you think, what's your hot take?
My industry pulse right now?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think, everyone in this room has felt that, and this was even a little bit before the bill passed, is that things have gotten very busy, I think.
Right.
And that's part of the situation right now in the industry, is that, well, while there are credits still out there, the industry is going to chase them, because that's just how industry works, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, you guys, right? You've kind of felt that
That's actually what I was thinking about too. Like in a short term, like the scheduling, like there's some deadlines, right? So in order to have that, in order to meet that, you have to rush some things and try to get all the stuff in line. So yeah, felt like we've been busy, and know. So yeah.
And I've also noticed battery storage being added on to some of our past PV projects too.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an upward trend.
Right. And I mean, we're kind of used to projects pushing right for a lot of reasons. Now some projects have been pushing left. I know one we're working on together is like, we need to start grading immediately.
Yeah.
We can't wait that long. We need to get on site as fast as possible to start construction. And so it's just that's kind of in general where we, as an engineering firm, are at right now, is we have to go where the policy's going and how the projects are going. So
yeah, we need to be nimble, and I think Raj kind of spoke about that as well. Like, we just need to be ready for these kind of changes, and they'll be expecting a lot more from the engineers to be able to come up with solutions.
Yeah.
Quick solutions that way they can either get through the process quickly, whether that's incentives still being held on for PV, because I think there's some nuance in the OBBB itself that allows you to still get some of the credits, but there's some time frame by which you got to get some projects started and whatnot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's why I was telling a bunch of our colleagues here that what all this means is we're going to be asked to put more effort.
Yeah. That's kind of what it boils down to, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, especially over the next couple of years.
Yeah. I think the forecast for sure is like the next year and a half, 2
Yeah.
years is going to be very
But-
crazy. But then in that amount of time too, like policy can change just as much. So we'll have to see.
Technology can change just
That
as
too.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. But also in this kind of situation, where we are being put in a small box is where solutions start coming up, right? Because we start thinking out of the box and coming up with a better solution for things that maybe could have taken too long to be done, right? So in order to meet the deadlines,
Right.
so
We must get more efficient.
Right.
It's the nature of being an engineer,
that's
I
right.
guess.
That's definitely what's happened too.
Yeah.
Even over the past 4 years that I've been here, it's so much different how I look at projects now versus then. I mean, obviously I know more now, but even from a year ago, there's just been, it's a lot more detailed and more intricate, and then there's more being packed on with the next couple of years
Yeah.
of, some things getting rushed. But yeah, I'm interested to see how it will be in the next couple of years and after that, and see how the policies will change and see how the industry will change.
That's kind of the pulse of the industry, is at least what we're feeling at EVS. Things are definitely busy, which is a good thing, of
Which
course.
is always
Right.
good. Yeah.
So kind of moving on next, like, especially for the new host here, the new members of the band, the flautist and the guitar
Yes,
player.
thank you.
Big softball question here. Like, why are you in this industry? Sheridan?
Yeah, I got into it first because I wanted to work in sustainability, and solar had always interested me. Just harnessing power from the sun just seemed crazy idea. It's genius, and how have we not thought about it before? But yeah, so I got into it just because I wanted to, help the environment, help climate change, kind of the broad spectrum things.
Some
of
nice
what you think
cliches,
of.
but-
Exactly, very very cliche, honestly.
Yeah. We would all say the same thing. I'm sure Wallen's going to say the same
it's
thing.
like crazy idea. I want to help the planet. But yeah, so I also stayed in it because I liked how diverse it was too, with some of the work that you do, and how it was just new technology, and how it was kind of very forward thinking. I noticed a lot of civil engineering. It's a lot of just, we're doing these the way that we've always done it, because it's just such an old sector of engineering. And solar is such a new industry, and it's ever evolving, ever changing. Like I said, even when I started, it's so much different then versus now. And I just like how there's just always something different, and it's something new to learn each day.
Every single site we do, no matter, any 200 megawatt site, sounds like, oh, we did that one last time. Isn't it just kind of the same thing? It's never
No.
even close.
No. Yeah.
What they traditionally say is like all the good land is gone.
Yeah.
So now everything is just all weird
All the
shapes.
bad stuff.
Right.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
not too bad, but
It's not
who
bad,
knows?
but yeah.
And then as a civil engineer, these are probably the biggest sites you could possibly work on, right? From a civil standpoint.
Yeah, probably on a single project.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of unheard of to basically be working on a small city,
Yeah.
with some
Yeah.
of these sizes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
So, Walelign, what about you? Same question?
Same question, different answer,
Yeah.
right?
don't
That's
say
what
climate
we're-
change.
That's what we're trying to go for. That's what we're trying to go for.
Right. Yeah. So for me, actually, it's twofold. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like one is electricity, right? That's what got me to becoming an electrical engineer. The more I grew up, then I was like, okay. Now I became conscious of the environment, and I was like, okay, so now I've solved one problem, which is electricity. Now is how can we get this electricity? And that's how I started thinking about renewable energy.
Yeah.
And then being from Africa, especially in Kenya, the sun is always there all year round. So solar sounded like the best option. Like, it's a resource that we have there. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Well, so Prati, I mean, why don't, we're all here talking about this. What about you at this moment in 2025? To you, why does renewable energy matter?
2025. I think for me, I guess just why I chose renewable, and maybe that's not really the question you asked me, but yeah, why I chose
You can say
renewable
whatever you
is my just growing up. Like, I really was interested in rainwater harvesting. That was like my first introduction into like how can we conserve, or how can we. So that's how it started. And then I think in college, Elon Musk kind of hit me, I guess. This was before things got crazy, I
Yeah.
guess. But
Yeah.
For lack of a better term.
That was Yeah,
Yeah.
early Elon.
Yeah.
early Elon, and I knew, like, I'd done internships in like the energy industry and stuff, and I knew that I liked it, but I just wasn't sure which part of the industry I want to get into. And so when I did my masters, I did it with a major in power systems and then like a minor in like power electronics. And I was like, I want to join a startup, like something like a Tesla or something that's doing work for the greater good. And so that's kind of how I got an opportunity with a company, and we were building converters for the industry. So did that for a while, and I knew I loved the industry. Just the first couple of years,
Yeah.
I kind of knew like this is the industry I want to be in, and so that's just kind of how it started. And yeah, like that's kind of been my passion, and so that's kind of how I started. But yeah, for 2025, I'm just excited about, like, again, policy dictates a lot of what's happening right now, and so I think it's good and bad. It's bad that there's so much in flux, but the good part is that when you're in flux like this, new technologies might pop up.
Right. That's a good point.
There is supply chain issues, so people will start to see what can we do to alleviate those issues, and so it could be maybe manufacture in the U.S. And so I think there's a lot of opportunity when there's flux like this, and so I'm just excited to see what's going to happen in the next couple of years.
Yeah, isn't there some sort of saying about pressure breeds innovation
does,
or
yeah.
something like that?
It does.
Totally.
Yeah.
Pressure creates demand and all that.
Dude, it does. Like, I think, like, I mean, just looking at in my previous job when we were building these converters, we had such hard deadlines, and the stuff that we've never done before. And our company was kind of building at that point, like, stuff that was very early for the market, which was DC coupled converters. And so, like, I felt like if you didn't have that pressure, it's you're not going to build it. So,
That's anything in life, right? I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
You have to. Sometimes you need to have your back up against the wall to make a decision, and well, when you look back on it, it's like, oh, that was the right decision.
Yeah.
Because I had to make a decision. I had no choice.
Yeah. So, but I'm excited. I think, like I was saying, like, there's so much new stuff happening. People are thinking about geothermal. They're thinking about other stuff. So. I don't look at it only as renewable energy. I think that, like, the US itself is trying to be energy abundant, and what do we need to do to get to that stage? And renewables is a part of that conversation, and so I'm just like excited to see where it takes us.
Yeah.
So, and EVS is there for it. So
Yeah.
Wham bam! Look at that answer. It's
So-
like you rehearsed that or something.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
my phone.
like,
I had my
It was
notes
a
on.
script.
I promised that was off the cuff. But yeah. What is it? My turn, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the question again?
Why are you excited about 2025
Oh yeah, 2025 in general.
in general?
Yeah,
Just
probably
the year
gonna say
2025.
Probably the Timberwolves are probably going to win the finals this
Hopefully.
year. We'll see. Yeah, in the renewable space. Well, yeah, I think. I mean, there's a lot to unpack. I mean, the state of the policy doesn't help, obviously, but yes, like as you alluded to, I think the smartest people work in this industry already. I remember listening to a show one time, Jigger Shaw, who I believe was on this show a long
Which is
time ago.
crazy.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah, we
crazy.
should get him back.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, it'll be fun.
He said something to the effect of like, every time that this has happened in this industry, we've overcome it because the smartest people are working in this industry. And I totally agree with that after meeting tons of people in this industry. I think that is the situation. Like, we have so many brilliant people that are in it and are here also, we're like homegrown in a way.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people left previous industries to start this new one. So I think there's a lot of people have a lot of ownership here that they take very seriously. So that part, I'm excited about that. I'm positive or optimistic about that. One stat I love that I don't think you can point to policy and say it's only because there was incentives that this happened. I believe it's 96% of all generating capacity added so far in 2025 has been renewable sources. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think policy helps. I think incentives help. But what other industry gets billions of incentives? Could you name it? The thing that powers most cars? Fossil fuels?
Fossil fuels. Yeah.
That's the thing. No
Say it
one's
together.
Yes, say it together now. FOS. And so that's, I think, the big thing about this thing that, like, I mean, I don't like personally is that while yes, there's this criticism of renewables or solar needs to stand on its own 2 feet, I think that's total bull, because if you look across the aisle, you see fossil fuels gets billions and billions of dollars of incentives all the same. So it's like, fine, we'll do it the hard way. The economics are on our side.
Right.
As long as, we have the right people working on the projects, I don't think we're going to really have a problem.
Yeah.
So.
And what was the word you like to use? Transplants for folks coming in from
Yeah.
different industries.
Yeah.
I feel like they bring so much more
Mm-hmm.
to what we're doing, and they're part of the innovation that's happening either like, at EVS in the industry as well. So it's pretty cool to see.
So y'all, band members, as we look ahead to the next year, let's just keep it maybe this next year. Do you want to offer up any spicy or bold predictions in the space of solar, probably?
Spicy.
I don't know if this is spicy. It's more just about the battery storage and how much that's going to grow over the next year. And I'm, seeing some of our past projects get battery storage added onto them. I think that is something. I mean, obviously, something that people always say is, "Oh, how are you going to get solar at night?" Well, this is the solution.
Yeah.
Battery storage.
Right,
You're going to
yeah,
store
that
it and use it at night.
Yeah, and I'll be curious to see, like, because a lot of projects we engineer, I think, have a designated like BESS yard.
They do
already.
now, yeah.
Yeah, and even in the past, and I'm wondering, like, because that's where the policy is still, there's still an avenue there. So it's like people are probably going to ramp up and use these BESS yards that we previously designed. So
Yeah, I mean, this one is already. I think it's already happening.
is
Like,
this your hot take?
yeah. Solar power is already becoming the highest generation compared to it's surpassing the nuclear compared to last year where nuclear was solar was 7% globally and regionally. So now we are about 10%. So I mean, I think it's just keep on going, and it's because of all these new solar plants that we're building. So
Is that globally, the 10%?
yeah, globally and regionally, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is solar is growing in other countries. And if there's one thing about US, it doesn't like to fall behind.
Feels like it, at least, as I'm sit right here in this chair and I'm thinking about all the projects that are super busy. Prahalad, what about you? What's
My
your
hot
take
take.
for this next year?
I don't know. I've been thinking about two topics, I guess. One is, even though I own an EV, I feel like an EV plug-in hybrids might pick up a lot more. It's not a hot take, but like I feel like the real solution is probably not an EV. I think something more like a fuel cell, or I don't know, hydrogen for electric vehicles. It's not solar, but I feel like that's something that might pick up. I know Toyota is doing stuff with hydrogen, but I just feel like some of the limitations of batteries within like a car might make it makes it challenging to do like road trips and fuel up and that kind of stuff. And so my hot take is somebody comes up with something different.
Interesting.
So like a fuel cell or something else that is more traditional, where you go to a station, fill it up, and then keep moving. So we'll see what happens there. With solar, my hot take is I'm just ready for Perovskite. So when's that happening?
Yes.
So so when that
it's like
happens,
it's like a hot take, but more of like, can we do this
this? Yeah, can somebody get this out? I wanna see how it impacts project sizes and stuff. So hopefully somebody
was
comes.
it?
Perovskite.
Nice.
It's just a solar cell that can absorb more of the sun, in the sense the sun has so many frequencies or spectrums. So we right now just absorb less than 50% of it is what is actually usable, is being used right now. And so there's so much more of the sun's capacity. If we can take that, absorb it, then
Well, there we go. The ever-changing innovation of this industry.
yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah, once we crack that nut, so to speak, that's going to be a huge day in this industry. It's going to be just, I mean, the amount of power we can concentrate on
in
our
a small
existing
piece,
acreage
yeah.
is like,
Right.
yeah.
And
Especially
Exactly.
like that. We'll just get a still of that.
what about you?
For me, I think I'm just going to lean on, well, I was almost curious to hear
The
you.
fuel cell?
Yes. On
That
EVs,
threw you
and
off?
like,
Yeah,
That threw you
I
off?
had that question
and I'm
too.
like,
It's what's the point?
man, I have been like doing road trips in my car and it's like really easy. So I don't know.
So
Do you have an EV?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's no big deal. You just go to the charging station and it's like banging out 250 kilowatts. Like, what's up? That's a lot. That's a lot of charging.
That's a lot
If
of
you don't own an EV, that's a lot.
No, but I
So,
think just for convenience, like I remember my trip to Chicago, right? Like
yeah.
it was good. Like I
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, like we do have to make those stops. So like it made sense
You have to be
stop and
strategic,
strategic with your
but
stops.
it's like not that hard.
It's not that hard, but it throws off like it's not it's like when you're driving a gasoline car or something, you can just decide when to stop.
Yeah.
You have a lot more stations, and I think the frequency of the stations is another factor
Yeah.
there. But anyway, when I ended up in Chicago, I was like with 28% charge, and I was like, I don't want to leave this overnight with just 28% because we want to do a trip. So I had to, and it was at 11 p.m. in the night, so I had to go find a charger, charge it for like about 40 minutes, and then
40 minutes?
yeah, it took a while because there was
Was it winter?
It was winter, and then there was a bunch of other folks. Actually, no. What am I saying? It's not winter. It was in summer, but
Sure.
there were other folks who were charging, so that
That's
limits how
exactly,
much
yeah.
you can charge as well. So anyway, it was a whole deal, and I was like, this is kind of painful. At
That is a
11
fair point because, once, like, right now, I feel like EVs are, there's two things. It's like, I love having the fastest car on the road at all times. That's awesome.
That's
but-
my choice, by the way.
Yeah, but also it's like, once everyone gets EVs, then everyone's gonna have a fast car.
Yeah.
And then everyone needs to use fast chargers. So it is like this. It'll be incremental. You know,
Yeah.
we'll get there, but
No, but my hot take for that was just I think I think the fuel cells or a hydrogen cell kind of is an easier or a hydrogen vehicle is a lot more closer to a typical gasoline kind of operation where you go to a station, fuel up, and then head out when you
Do
need
they have
to.
hydrogen fuel stations?
They do in
Limited.
California.
yeah.
So
it's
Toyota
limited.
has a car called Mirai, which is run purely with hydrogen. So,
Okay.
but then it's obviously limited to just California. So
Yeah.
they seem to get all the good stuff first. So
Yeah, I
They
think
can
we're-
test it.
they can test it.
Yeah, exactly.
See how it is.
I mean, I think in general, like hydrogen is looked at as, heavy power, commercial shipping, especially aviation.
It's
you
a
know,
huge
things like
risk
that.
because it's explosive too.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So,
That's
so
what I
I
was
think
thinking about too.
that's the aspect they got to figure
It's
out.
explosive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Do
they
you
use it for
remember the
aviation?
Hindenburg?
Ugh.
I mean, that's the biggest thing with the critics. Like, drive this thing and then explode.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
gas-
that sounds
gas-
like it would be.
Yeah, gas cars do that
Drive an
too,
exploding
so-
car.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
It's a
Sheridan
ticking
has a
time
new
bomb.
hot take: no hydrogen.
Especially for aviation, please.
My prediction is that despite all of the things we hear in the news, we're going to continue business as usual, and solar will still getting built, and it will still be the most economic form of utility scale energy. And that's about it. And trying to think about anything else. No, that's going to be it.
It's probably going to be it. Yeah, it's going to be simple like that.
And then Perovskite's going to happen. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm ready for
And I
Polska.
mean, it's affordable. That itself, it should be should make you feel like it should grow more and more.
I know. So
It is in other countries.
I know.
Yeah.
Right.
And it has been here, but yeah, we'll see how it is.
We have a more volatile, I think at least. We'll fact check that. Maybe somewhere else is more volatile. Anyway, looking ahead just about the show, the Sounds of Solar podcast. Sheridan, what are you excited about?
I'm just excited to learn more about the industry and get different perspectives from you all being in different departments and talking to some leaders in the industry and just having some good conversations and just having fun.
Yeah. That says it all.
Yeah.
Prati?
Same here. Fun time with two new hosts here. So I think this season will be fun where we're going to get some civil perspective from you, some studies perspective from you.
Right.
And generally we'll be talking to a wide variety of guests and so everybody from the industry who we're gonna interview as well. So it'll be fun time. Yeah.
Walelign?
Same here. Just I'm looking forward to learn new perspectives and and be able to be that ambassador of solar renewable and share with everybody. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah. Cool. What am I looking forward to? More subscribers, more views, and hanging out with you guys. I think that's the goal. So should be good. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Right? All right, that's going to do it for us today on the Sounds of Solar podcast. Thanks for listening. And of course, share this with your friends, share it with your parents, share it with your cousins, anyone who listen, especially if they're in the industry. That would be great. So until then, we will see you next time and take care.
Peace.